Ramen is noodle soup, normally served with pork, but we're doing chicken in this one. What's up, my Trinbago Vibes peeps? We're in the grocery right now and picking up the cheapest ramen we could get, because it's going to get more expensive after this. Disclaimer, the following content may increase the urge to eat ramen or other food items. Please be guided accordingly. Alright, so we have this pack of ramen. It says add 3 cups of boiling water and then add this. So we're going in with the 3 cups of boiling water first. Alright. So this here is the cheapest ramen we could get. If you're hearing some noise in the background, it's because, you know, rain is falling at the moment. And yeah, $7.50, some water. Ooh, chicken ramen. Cheers. Basically, this is what I remember from, you know, back in my UE days, back in school days. Simple, somewhat flavored ramen. It's okay, you know, it's good for what the price is. Again, we can add stuff to this to up the flavor, but in this one is strictly what we pay for is what we eat in. Well, in this case we had to make it, so we just add water, and that was the only additional ingredient in this. So this is the lowest end, and from here on in, just getting expensive and expensive. Trinbago vibes. Alright, so the next stop is we're back on Union Road in Marabella, right here by, you know, Yingbao Chinese restaurant. Now, if this sounds familiar, we're waiting for the van to pass. If this sounds familiar, if you watch, you know, Chinese Hopping Volume 1 here on Trinbago Vibes, this was one of the restaurants we came to try the Chinese food, but they also have ramen here, and this is our next stop. So this is the $35 chicken ramen from Yingbao, you know. So already it's an upgrade from, you know, the ramen that we got in the grocery. You have your ramen noodles and pieces of chicken in it. You have bok choy, carrots. Yeah, let's give this a try. So the chicken is like Chinese style chicken. They just cut up the breast and add it to this. The broth has some nice flavor to it. It's not as spicy. And the thing is, right, you could add like pepper and thing to this if you want, to your heart desire. Right outside, when you collect the soup, you have the condiments you can put on it. So if this is not, you know, to your liking, you could always spice it up a little bit. But overall, you can't go wrong with this for 35 TT. So this is a 35 TT ramen, and I'm going to enjoy this now, and then yeah, let's move on to the next one. Trinbago vibes. Our next ramen stop takes us to Long Circular Mall. In their food court is Imos K-Food chicken ramen. Now this is 55 TT. Now let me show you what 55 TT gets you. Wow. Now from the time I open this, the flavor coming at you, like you tasting it in the smells and in your line of sight. And now, as you would realize, there isn't really any sauce in this ramen. There's some vegetables, there's the ramen noodles, and there's shredded chicken. So that's the downfall. So I'm not sure if this will be labeled as ramen. Let me know in the comments below, because I know ramen's supposed to have a little sauce in it. But this is $55 from IMOs. Now let's see how it tastes. Alright. Ooh, this is hot dread. The noodles have a ton of flavor. Now, I did not go spicy, but this is tasting pretty good for something that don't have, you know, sauce that, you know, you normally slope up with a ramen. But the noodles, like, probably absorb, or it probably was in that broth and soaked in it and absorbed that flavor of the broth. But how this tastes, I can't complain at all, actually. The chicken is seasoned well, and it adds overall to this flavor of this ramen. So this is a 55 TT ramen from Imos Food in the Long Circular Mall food court. Alright, on to the next one, which takes us to Royal Palm Plaza in Maraval and its Golden Bell Express. And from this point forward, we're dining in these restaurants. Now, this is their 69 TT chicken ramen. You know, noodles, Korean fried chicken, and a well-seasoned broth. Alright, let's eat. Yeah. No, this is my regular go-to spot for ramen. The broth is wonderful. Seasoned well, the chicken. And as you can see, real broth. It's steaming right now. Now, I went with a mild ramen, but there's also a spicy option for those who prefer a little more heat. But the mild option is delicious as well. The fried chicken breast was seasoned well and combined with the noodles brought a warmth and comfort to my taste buds. And again, like the other two ramen dishes, you can't go wrong with this flavor profile. It's just the price range, and well, the next spot is just $1 more than Golden Bell. And it's off Chadwick Road up in town, where we came for the $10 taco in a previous video, link in the description below. But now we're going to try the ramen at 12 by Rishi. The decor inside gives off a kind of Japanese style spot, and I really love these wooden plate holders, you know, a chopping block kind of thing. But anywho, we are here for the 70 TT chicken ramen, and this looks proper. Now, I mentioned earlier Golden Bell is my usual go-to, but I might be changing, you know, that to here. Now, I believe these noodles are freshly made daily, and combined with the seasoned broth is pretty good. You know, the boiled egg was nice, don't mind the yolk fell out into the broth, and the grilled chicken was decent as well. Let me know if you've tasted any of these ramens in the comments below. Now, after the meal, I noticed this scorpion soy, which is very innovative, I must say. So I'm just adding a few drops to this, and I expect this to spice up the flavors in this ramen broth. Oh yeah, it does have a kick to it. Don't forget to hit that like button for the algorithm. Alright, so that's your $70 ramen spot. One of the sit-down dining spots that it have, right? There's also takeaway. So we have one more spot to hit in this ramen hopping episode, you know, and this is the more expensive, or the most expensive ramen in this one. Now, if there's any more expensive ramens out there, let me know in the comments below, right? But wait, this is our final spot we are heading to, and we are going down south, well, more central, Trinbago Vibes. Next to cinema one is Caillou Ramen in what is known as Movitong Shogunas. I'm not sure what it's called now. Anywho, the decor inside also gives off a Japanese themed restaurant, which is nice. And they have pictures of their food on this wall right here. Now, this is a $95 ramen, and let me show you what you got. Well, again, the cutlery, real best. So you got this bowl with the soup, and this is spicy dread. Spicy, you have some mushrooms, and this will be spinach on the side, and you have the fried chicken right here separate that you can pour it in the ramen itself. The ramen, again, the noodles is nice. It is spicy. The spiciness of this ramen kind of overpowering the other flavors a little bit, but you see this chicken, this fried chicken dread, seasoned well, crunchy, real tasting, real good. Like, this is one of the best fried chicken pieces I've eaten here. For some, it might be a little too salty, I get that, but dread, this just hitting my flavor profiles, and I enjoying it. Overall, like when you throw this chicken into the broth and everything, and you take a little bit of the chicken, the noodles, a little bit of corn, the mushrooms you might get in between, the little cabbage here and there, everything, you know, comes together nicely. And overall, this is not a bad ramen. Alright, I really enjoyed it, and it tastes good. And the ambience, well, can't go wrong with here at all. It's kind of cute, I won't lie. Anyway, this is the $95 ramen. So you would have seen us start off on the cheap end, and this one is the more expensive end, and we're dining in. Now, is there more expensive ramen than this? I'm not sure. Dread, I was sweating. I didn't realize how spicy that ramen was, you know. But it tastes good though, to a degree. I want to mean to a degree. Like, after a while, the spiciness kind of overpowered, like I mentioned earlier, the whole dish. But overall, it was a nice ramen, and the price, well, you let me know in the comments below what you all think of this spot. And yeah, again, I'm not sure if there are more expensive ramen spots other than this. This might be the most expensive spot we've been to thus far out of all the ramen spots. So hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Go on later.